Now it's time for the triple jump, and among the purists from track and field, this is one of the events most have been really eagerly anticipating. You see the world and American record held by Willie Banks at 58:11.5, and this is an old event. It used to be called the hop, skip, and jump. The first modern Olympic medal ever awarded was back in 1896, White Stones, to James B. Conley.
Well, Bob, it's nearly 100 years since that gold medal was awarded, and the hop, skip, and jump is now known as the triple jump. And tonight, the final night of track and field here at the Goodwill Games, we have a triple jump competition that has assembled the finest field since the 1988 Olympic Games in Seoul. But before we start, I want to give you a little technique lesson. Using the 1990 PAC champion Kenny Harrison as our model. In the triple jump, controlled speed is essential, and Kenny doesn't possess world-class sprinter speed, but he employs the speed he does have on the runway very effectively. Now, right here, he's got to get in position to jump. You can see his head drop ever so slightly on this, his penultimate step, the step before the plant. This last stride is shortened a little bit by comparison to the other strides on the runway, and you can see him hit the board right there, about 2 inches left on that board. That's ideal to get the maximum measurement because of that. Now, this is the hop phase, and he's not a tall guy, about 5'11", but look at the extension here from his right foot to his left foot. That's an excellent position. His arms are really into this particular phase. He's got good continuity. You want to try and continue your speed throughout the entire phases. Now, right here, he lands for the plant for the step phase, the second phase, and he's maintaining a good angle, a good attack. He wants to continue to have his momentum going forward. He has his arms incorporated very nicely with his knee drive, and that really is ideal position in the middle of the step phase. The right knee is parallel with the runway, and he is maintaining his speed and his momentum very nicely. His back leg in perfect position to drive through for the next phase, which is the jump phase. Now he's just a long jumper. He's lost a lot of the speed, so he is not in exactly the same angle as a long jumper. A long jumper would be more like that at the plant, but they're traveling at a much greater rate of speed. You watch his knee drive up, his arms driving up simultaneously, and Kenny Harrison's a 26.9¾ long jumper, and he's a hang jumper. He doesn't use the hitch kick. He jumps like Robert Emian of the Soviet Union and Bob Beamon, the world record holder. Now he's going to try and extend as far as he possibly can into the pit, and because of the fine technical execution on this jump, he went from second place to first place in this competition. He has since jumped 58.10 this year to lead the world. That's only 1.5 inches below Willie Banks' world record.
Thanks, Dwight. That demonstration will really help you in trying to cross the street in New York City. You'll feed all that technique. Mike Conley leading right now the triple jump at 57 feet 1.5 inches. And Dwight, let's take a look at Mike Conley's best jump of the early evening.
Well, this season has really been dominated by Kenny Harrison. He's jumped, as we said, 1.5 inches below the world record. A couple of weeks ago, he's jumped 58.4. Since that, Mike Conley kind of lost in the shuffle. On his first jump, he only jumped 51.4. But on his second attempt, with no wind whatsoever, he checks up a little bit, sees where his step is, and look at that step phase, and a great jump. And he jumps into the lead. He knew it was a good one when he hit the pit. 57.1½. Early in the competition, the wind was at the jumpers' faces, or none at all. I'm trying to figure out why they didn't run the triple jump in the same direction as last night's long jump. The wind is swirling, but sometimes it's at their back, sometimes it's at their faces. They're waiting for a good wind at their back.
And now the triple jump has been going on all evening long, and we've been talking about everybody but Kenny Harrison, who was the hottest triple jumper coming into the event, the U.S. Championship, and the second longest jumper in history. And let's go down to Dwight Jones now and just see what's happening with the triple jump, Dwight.
All right, Bob, it's been a very interesting competition with the wind swirling around a bit, and Michael Conley taking the early lead in the second round, 57.1½ at that time. Kenny Harrison was slowly but surely getting better and better as the competition progressed. These are the current standings. Kenny Harrison, in his sixth and final jump, took the lead back from Michael Conley by jumping 58.1¾ This is that jump. Harrison, at this point, had won 18 straight triple jump competitions this year, 1990, and he was in a position where he had to produce because Conley still had one last jump, and he put it all together here. The crowd knew it. The teammates around the pit knew it. He knew it was far enough. They measured 2 different spots because they weren't sure which one was closer to the board. 58.1¾ and Harrison finally put it all together here. Not picture-perfect technique like he had at the TAC Championship, but you know, When you're jumping far, it doesn't matter if you look pretty. It's just a matter of getting it done. And he knew it. It was long. 58 1 3/4, and he tops it off with a little back flip. The crowd loved it. This is the fifth and final night of track and field. Almost 30,000 people, eyes riveted on this competition while the women's 400 hurdles was going on, and Kenny knows how to celebrate.
So Kenny doesn't get any style points except for the flip there at the end.
Yeah, I give him about a 9.5 on that flip at the end. Now, here is the ultimate for Michael Conley. He is the greatest final jump competitor, best combination long jumper, triple jumper in history. This is the guy you want your money on when it's down to the last jump. Silver medalist in LA. He came down the runway well. He got way over-rotated on the step. And still, on his sixth and final jump, he did improve to 57 feet, 4 1/4 inches, but it was not enough to take the lead back from Kenny Harrison, and now Kenny's streak is at 19 in a row, and he goes over to Europe next month. I wouldn't count him out of that world record.
So Kenny Harrison with a come-from-behind victory in the triple jump. The track purists have been awaiting this meeting all week long.